Back in college, after taking an introduction to psychology, I tried analyzing my dreams. Both Freud and Jung said that dreams were a door to psychic revelations. Problem was, I usually couldn't remember any details of a dream the next morning. To remedy this, whenever I woke after a dream, I'd force myself to consciousness and review my dream minutely. That helped me to remember most details, but the practice had scary side effects. Once, after waking and reviewing a complex dream, I closed my eyes to go back to sleep. But I could still see. Impossible! I was facing the wall with my eyes closed. Nonetheless, I could see my college roommate in his bed on the other side of the room, and he was covered with fur like a monkey. Abruptly, I sat up, turned, and looked at him. Of course, he wasn't covered with fur. Again attempting to sleep, I faced the wall and closed my eyes. But I could still see. Tattered black cloth was blowing out like curtains from under my bed. When I opened my eyes and looked, the black tatters weren't there. Needing to ground myself in the real, I got out of bed and walked down to the end of the hall to use the toilet. But as I began to enter the restroom, my mind could see a dark, hulking monster behind the door, and the part of me that could see him wanted to scream. The rational part of me repressed the scream and peeked behind the door to find no demon. Afraid to go back to bed, I went to the study lounge on the floor below and tried to read. After about an hour, my hallucinations had passed, and I went back to my room and slept for an hour. But after that incident, no more experimenting with dreams for me. A few years after abandoning dream analysis, I discovered a safer way of probing the unconscious: image association. I'd paged through comic books, art books, magazines, anything with pictures. Suddenly, a drawing or photo would attract my eyeballs like a magnet attracts nails. Why? I guess because the image represented some need or desire of my id, similar to what happens when my cat sees a lizard and pounces, or when my neighbor's dog sees me and charges the fence barking. Advertisers bombard consumers with the same image over and over, and the repetition can make the absurd seem normal. However, old advertisements lose familiarity and are more easily recognized as surreal absurdity. I tried taking photos with my camera to trigger an unconscious response, but objects in the world were not always fluid. You'd think a V8 engine abandoned in the weeds could become surreal art, but I could never make it work. The same goes for that toilet jettisoned on Galveston Beach, or the pile of concrete blocks on an old foundation. To directly tap into my unconscious mind, doodling in notebooks has been the most effective tool. In ordinary spiral notebooks, I let my hand draw what it wants. I've been doing this ever since high school. Class lectures were rarely stimulating enough to capture my full attention, and drawing diverted my cerebral overflow and kept me out of trouble. Most of the time. Some of my teachers did not appreciate art. My drawings got me kicked out of class a few times, and once I lost 10 points on a test for drawing cartoons on the back. One of the privileges of growing old is that I don't get sent to punishment hall for drawing. People just call me a crazy old man and let me scribble away.